In Plants vs. Zombies 2, you fight against multiple hordes of zombies, and you try to defend them off with your plants. And at the end of each world, you play against a final level, where you have to use all the plants from that world, usually all the plants, and fight against a huge boss, aka Dr. Zomboss, or whatever his name is. But a lot of people have ranked Zombosses, but I'm doing it today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the least hardest and the most hardest worlds and Plants vs. Zombies. So let's start off with number 11. I don't think Far Future is a bad world. It's definitely short and lacking of some sort. The Infinite's basically the only good plant here. You don't really use the other plants in the other worlds, but then you get onto the Gargantuar, and this is where things start turning upside down. In this Zomboss level, you have to complete his 3 stages of health with your plants. It's usually super easy because you get these tiles, and you get blowers and a lot of stuff to help you get rid of the flying zombies. Also, the beans help you with hordes of enemies. So, pretty easy, right? Yep, you're right. Once you have like at least 3 space tiles down, you're probably good. Good for life. It's so easy, it's so hard, it's so easy to not mess up, and it's so hard to mess up though. It's honestly, if you mess up, it's not gonna be big here. If you mess up by accidentally letting a zombie go into the other lane or missing a blower shot, it's okay. You have 20 tiles to place it with. And once you get plant food, the zombies are begging for their life. Because you are OP once you have all the tiles. Once you at least place with one of them, then you're set. Because it activates all the other ones, it's not like just one plant food. It's for all the plant foods. And this is the factor that makes it so easy to beat it. Anyways, let's get on to the next Zomboss level. Now the next Zomboss is number 10 spot, is Ancient Egypt. This one's pretty standard, your normal one. You get repeaters, which are really good. You get lots of them, so you could create a P army, at least 4 of them. If you put 2 of them, you can make 4 B shots, which, it's always good. The only kind of struggle about this is the grave spawner zombies. They could be very annoying to your repeaters, because they're not multi-target, but the boomerang covers that up. Anyways, it's just pretty standard. It's a basic, because it's obviously the first Zomboss you get, so nothing too hard, but nothing too easy, I can't say. Anyways, with that in mind, I'm just going to talk about random Plants vs. Zombies stuff. I can't believe the game got bought out by EA, or was it always by EA? I'm not a true Plants vs. Zombies fan. I kind of just joined when COVID came around, so I don't know, but anyways, Zomboss pretty standable. At least they give you pretty good plants for the Gargantuars. I think this is way easier than hands down just giving out free power-ups and plant food. At least this one's a bit more challenging than ever. I love this level. I love Ancient Egypt, and I love its Gargantua level. But it's kind of hit or miss sometimes. It could be a hit, but sometimes it could be a miss when you have to use a lawnmower for, of course, a Gargantua. Because what else are you going to use lawnmower for? You also get really good providence for swarms of your bloomerang and repeat and bunk choice, sorry. And also you get high damage with repeaters and cabbage poults. So that's always a good side. Anyways, let's travel over to the next spot. In another number 10th spot, 9th spot is, it's pretty easy to say that Frostbite Caves is one of the easier Zomboss levels. Although it's kind of weird saying an easy Zomboss level with a hard map. The map was designed as like a freezing zone where most of the zombies are frozen or have freezing abilities. Like they could throw snowballs or just do, stuff. But the easiest part about this is the substantial amount of plants you get. It's a bit too easy, but the only thing holding this back from being like number 10 or number 11th spot is the ice head zombies are literally annoying as heck. If you don't have a good defense for them, you could just basically call them like your main worry of the whole series of Plants vs. Zombies. That could be your main worry. Like, not even close. Anyways, with that, Zomboss defeated very quick. Let's go into the next map. And that will be number 8th spot going Jurassic Marsh. It's really weird to see this low as the ranking as a very high map difficulty, aka known as the 4 or 5. I forgot. It's really easy here, and this is the reason why. All the primal plants are literally just the better versions of their normal selves. The primal walnut, it's basically it basically has 3 protective layers. It can survive gargantuar hits. Not like any other nut could do that. Or reinforcement, I'm sorry. What is the primal pea shooter? It rather knocks back enemies or stun them, which is utterly amazing when you compare that with the Zomboss being literally stuck in an animation for like 15 seconds. And the same animation. And when you put bunk choice right next up to the Zomboss, it could do some substantial damage. Lots of damage can be taken from that. The only thing I would have to say that is pretty hard about this level is the dinosaurs. So you don't get enough perfume shrooms to take care of them. And if you get the pterodactyl, that one row is probably gone. Because you basically have nothing to protect you from behind except bunk choice. But you're probably using your bunk choice up in the middle. In the middle or the front. So, yeah. It's pretty easy. Just make sure after the Zomboss is obviously dead, make sure you get rid of the primal pea shooters or else they make him stuck in animation, which is horrible if you don't want to waste time or you're on like a time limit, like 10 minutes or something, and you have like a minute left. You don't want to do that. So at the end, just remove all your primal pea shooters and you should be good. Just at least for that lane. And with that, our number 7th spot has to go to Pirate Seas. You usually love it or hate it. Now in this case, I love it. It's really easy. The Snapdragons are really good for swarm defense and also spike weed, I could say. Repeaters are good for multiple lanes. Spike weed's also good. Oh yeah, I already said spike weed, I'm sorry. Coconut cannon's great for high damage. Catapult's great for stuns. And the basics. The only thing holding this back from being like super easy is because if he does the imp cannon at the start, then you lose your defense. Like, you definitely lose your defense, and you have to lose a lot of plants by trying to defend it, or you just let them take a lawnmower. So in my case, you just let them use a lot of plants. But it rarely ever happens. But so that's why it's so low on the list. So yeah, it's pretty good. The only weird thing about it is that Catapult's stun doesn't affect, of course, Zomboss, because he's too powerful for that. But Cherry Bomb's also very grateful, useful here, because he could obviously be used for like stunning Gargantuars or helping out a Snapdragon trying to take out a Gargantuar, something like that. And the very annoying thing is when you are trying to defend one lane, and then the Zomboss goes all out on the other lane. Cause it's just annoying, plain annoying. The barrel rolling zombies are also probably the annoyingest out of all of them. It's just so annoying how they just spawn imps, 2 imps. And if you like have 2 of them on board, it makes 4 imps. Just so annoying when you compare it with Coconut Cannon, who can only deal with a small amount of troops. Zombies, I mean. So, yeah. That's the only thing annoying. Anything else is just my personal opinion. I mean, everything is my personal opinion. So let's go on to our number 6 spot, which is Wild West. So let's take a trip. The Wild West is basically the exact same thing like a 7 Pirate Seas. You either love it or hate it. Anyways, in this Zomboss, it's pretty easy. You usually want to place your melons on just backwards, on the back, and your frozen melons on the minecart so they don't get hit. Usually, the pea pods are pretty good. Normally used in the middle lane, so like you could take care of the piano zombies. Like zombies do that little dancey thing. The only thing you have to watch out for is the prospector zombies, because they could be a really hassle if you don't have a split pea in one lane, and then it just takes up that whole lane. Especially if it has especially if there's pea pod in that lane, you do not want it in there. I also love the gimmick of like, oh, you gotta move the minecarts or else it's gonna explode on your plant. That's like, that's fun. That's a really fun gimmick. And I wish like more Zombots could be like that. But they just get harder on and get way less fun trying to deal with it, of course. So why did I rank it so high? It's just because they give you enough plants to take down a gargantuar. It's just they give you good, and also they give you good plant food. It's just the gargantuar takes out a lot of things. The imp takes out nothing. But once there's 2 gargantuars, you're kind of screwed if you don't want to lose a lawnmower. You're kind of screwed. You have to at least use 1. And also, if you run out of plant food, prepare to be destroyed. Zomboss does not care about the tall nuts, or whatever they're called. He will ram right through it. Let's just completely ignore the fact that the tall nut is almost as tall as Zomboss wheels, which is kind of weird, because that's just weird. Anyways, with that done, it's pretty easy. The bull rider zombies usually never appear, and I think they can appear. They can't appear. It's just easy, medium, standard, and your usual boss battle. But now we're getting onto a bit of a weird one with number 5 being Lost City. Personally, in my honors, I love this world. I love the AKEE design and the Endurian, basically all the plants here. They're so different in different ways you would not expect. The Stalia is basically like an iceberg lettuce, but they still move but still stunned. Endurians, it's basically a normal walnut, but more expensive, and it attacks itself. The AKEE is exactly like, a cabbage pult, but bounces off. And the red stinger's like a pea shooter with high health, and if you place her out more on the track, then she gets more defensive. If you place her basically on the last tile, then she basically becomes a mini walnut. And the gold leaf. The gold leaf, no one really uses it out of this, but he got some drip. And I respect that. Anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the gargantuan. I feel like this Zomboss, quote-unquote Zomboss level, is more of a troll than anything. It feels like the track tiles are just a bit too much. They kind of ruin the aspect if a zombie walks on it. Then it basically turns into, all your plants are dead. What are you going to do now? Type of scenario. And trust me, I do not like those scenarios. The only thing, and also with the parachute rain happening, you have to at least use lightning spell once to at least get rid of them, or else they'll fall in the trap, and your whole line of defense will be gone. Also, the umbrella is blocked from any catapult attack. The shovel makes sure any main form attack, like a pea shooter, is gone. You cannot use it. Unless it pierces the target, you cannot use it. Which makes it so hard. You get 2 plants that could do one thing that counters it. The AKEE gets countered by the umbrella. The red velvet, the red whatever it's called, gets countered by a shovel. It's so easy to forget that you just put stuff in a lane, but it directly counters it. It's kind of weird when you do it, but you understand your mistake once you realize you messed up. Anyways, it's not that hard, but it's number 5 just because of all what I told you. It's more of like a troll, again, more of a troll than anything else. I think they just wanted to make it a bit more frustrating for people with less brain cells. Anyways, your standard Zombot, it's number 5 because number 5 is basically normal, but still above average. 6 is normal. So, yeah. What will be number 4? Who will know? Because number 4 has to go to modern. It's kind of an honorable mention to put in here, because it's not really a Zombot battle. It's really just using the other Zombat battles. I'm sorry for saying battles. As different because you're using the plant from another world. So like pretend you're playing Pirate Seas and you're using the plants from Wild West. Or you're in Neon Mixtape Tour and you're playing with Jurassic Marsh or, of course, modern day plants. Anyways, it could be very hard in different scenarios. Like imagine having modern day plants in Jurassic Marsh. It's pretty hard. So that's why I'm giving it number 4. Or if you like to call it honorable mention. But our number 3 spot is not an honorable mention. It is Big Wave Beach. Big Wave Beach has honestly the funnest Zombot level I could ever experience. I love the low tides and the high tides and everything in it. I like how the sucky mechanic thing where it sucks your plants into the water, where you could basically do nothing about it and just cry. Well, the Zombot keeps sucking your plants into the water. Anyways, it's pretty hard if you're considering all the factors of like the Fisherman Zombie, and you can't really pick anything. You can't pick anything. You know, the only good thing against the shark and the swallowing thing hole is the crocodile, and he's fire, bro. If you get a good crocodile, it could destroy something. It could destroy a lane. If you place it correctly, amazing. If you don't, still amazing. The only thing I hate about the Zombot level is the surfer zombies. They're just annoying because you have to respond to it immediately. Most likely with a crocodile or a bowling bulbs or something else. Because you basically want all your plant food just for, the boss, the Gargantuars, and also, and most importantly, Zomboss. It's just hard to think that, how 3 Zombot and 3 Gargantuars in a lane and 2 lanes is completely fine. Like, no. Get that out. Rather than that, it's a pain dealing with this. With our number 2 spot being more of a pain, which is Dark Ages. I don't even want to talk about this. How horrible the Zombot level is. Or should I call it Zom Dragon, because he's riding a dragon. Anyways, in this level, you have to obviously defeat Zomboss, but he's a bit different. You see, instead of using plant food to stop him, you have to use a magnet shroom. And I gotta tell you, I don't want to be wasting my magnet shroom just for that. it's good in scenarios like, oh no, I have a horde of buckethead zombies coming to me. What do I do? Oh, yeah, I forgot. But the jester zombies are the annoyingest. You cannot. It's horrible. It's horrible when you face against that. When you face against the jester, he's annoying. He basically takes out a lawnmower if you place puff him in that lane. Good to at least get your defense up early game to even have a chance in mid game or late game. Not even talking about if we're even including any of the wizard or anything else. The wizard is just plain annoying. He turns your troops into sheep, and then they just nag. Like, bro, actually do something instead of being lazy, bro. With that out of the way, the only good part of this is that you make your puff shroom basically overpowered sometimes. So once you upgrade him to at least level 4 or 5, then this Zombot will become like my Zombot, at least level 3 or level 2. But 2 Gargantuas in lane is basically unacceptable. But what's even more unacceptable? What's a level badder and worser than what's underground? Oh, I'll tell you. Number 1 goes oh, I've been saving this up my sleeve for a little while. I hate the Zomboss. Neon Mixtape Tour. This is probably the worst world to get, of course, your plant from. If you use any of your plants here, they're trash. Just in my personal opinion. The spore shrooms, they're okay. I could at least accept that. They're fine in some scenarios. They're mostly not that good. Basically outclassed by like everything else. The celery stalker can be a hit or miss situation, but mostly it's a miss. Garlic literally just gets kicked around, and they don't even care about it, and it helps. And you're lucky if they don't get to your main stage in the first. It's gonna be a whole different in the second stage, where they include these glitter zombies who literally have literally everything behind it is invincible. Anything you place behind it, gone. That's how broken. Just kidding. No, they're not that broken. I promise. They don't kill anything from behind. It's just like anything behind them in their glitter is invincible. Horrible. Anything they roll over with their roller skates is done for. Zombot's a pretty little girl dancing and vibing to the music. Or we're suffering. Anyways, this Zombot level's horrible. And I wish I could tell you more. But it's just annoying to even be talking about it. The Zombot, this is so much peer pressure for a noob. At least I'm experienced. I can't imagine a person's first gameplay of this. They're probably not going to be enjoying the game. Next is the breakdancer and the rap music. And I have to tell you, this is the hardest. This is hands down the second hardest stage in this whole thing. Yes, it's the second. They bring out these breakdancer zombies, which give zombies a little boost. Probably not that bad, right? It just advanced them to like near your tower, your lawnmower. It can't be that bad, right? No, we got breakdancers. Then you got the mic drop zombies who literally swing your mics around. I didn't get it. So now we're going on to this stage. It's horrible. You're playing with a bunch of gamers, and they love playing Minecraft. So you basically have to fight against a lot of Minecraft characters, aka Pixel. It's horrible when you think about it, but it's not the worst stage. It could be easily avoided with fat beats. But then what is the worst? The last stage. This is horrible. Horrifying. You're lucky. Look at my first attempt. I failed. And I'm not gonna play this again. It's horrible. They play gargantuars. Music beats, which literally take out full lanes. Nah. Just don't worry about that. And literally three literal gargantuars in all the lanes. Horrifying. So that's it. I ranked all of the Zomboss. Ranked least hardest to most hardest. If you have any suggestions for like Plants vs. Zombie stuff, comment down below in the comments. I don't even know if I have the comments turned on, but if I do, comment down below what I should do. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day, and bye, peace.